Welcome to the Evermoore Wedding Vendor Show, where we interview local wedding vendors. We chat and learn a little bit more about them and their business. And today I'm Josh from Evermoore Films, and we are the hosts of the Wedding Vendor Show, also have the Wedding Vendor Directory. So today we are talking with Angela Jourdan from Enchanted Bridal Boutique. Angela, welcome to the show.
Hi, Josh. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Absolutely. Well, why don't you tell everyone a little bit about yourself and your business, what you guys do at Enchanted Bridal Boutique?
Well, hi again. I'm Angela Jourdan, co-owner of Enchanted Bridal Boutique. My sister Patricia is my better half, my sister, also owner. Excuse me. We are a full-service bridal salon, and we have been open for, this is our 10th year anniversary, wedding anniversary, if you will.
Yeah.
And if you would have asked me 10 years ago if we would still be here in 10 years, I never could have imagined that we would be celebrating our 10-year anniversary. We are servicing bridal gowns, bridal accessories, everything bridal. And we have been enjoying every moment of it. Yes, we've had our ups and downs, but all in all, the brides are wonderful, and we couldn't be happier.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, okay, so 10 years, congratulations, right? That's a huge milestone for any small business.
Yeah.
So if we rewind the tape 10 years,
yeah,
why did you guys start?
We rewind the tape 10 years. So I would have to go back a couple years further than 10. My sister's oldest daughter, Brittany, she was planning her wedding. Okay. And she's a curvy, was then a curvier bride. And we started our adventure looking for her wedding gown here in Bakersfield locally. And the stores, and these were big name stores, were not friendly to her whatsoever. One of the stores that is no longer in business even went as far as telling her that she shouldn't be getting married. She should probably be dieting.
Oh my gosh.
So that left the first bad taste in our mouth.
Wow.
So after that experience, we decided to venture out of town, and we went to Fresno, Visalia area. And again, the reception for a curvy, full-figured woman was just horrific. And we just could not understand why a bride, even a curvy bride, was getting treated in this manner. And it was horrible.
Wow.
So my sister, Patricia, was just like, we should just open our own store. Well, I'm just like, whoa. I was working at Mercy Hospitals at that time, and I'm just like, no. I'm not even ready for that. So I believe it was like the following week or the next week, we went down to Los Angeles. And we went to the then Alfred Angelo bridals, and Brittany found her dream dress, and it was their princess line, and I believe it was Belle, the Belle Disney princess dress.
Oh, nice.
We fell in love with the Alfred Angelo line, and believe it or not, Alfred Angelo was the first designer that we met with and purchased when we decided to open our store.
Wow, that's a fun story.
Yeah. So, and I can remember meeting with Carlene Zucker, and at a Mexican restaurant. She was the rep for Alfred Angelo, and we hit it off with her. Overbought, of course, as first-time bridal store owners do. And it was an amazing ride with Alfred Angelo, and then picked up Justin Alexander, and a few others along the way. And just the first couple of years of our adventure was just amazing. Met amazing people. amazing vendors, amazing reps. I would never not do it. I would never take it back. You know, we've been so lucky with the reps and with these companies that it's truly been a blessing to have these people in our corner. It's just been a blessing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
They set you up for success, and you get, well, I mean, we've had people that have tried to, you know, set us up for failure, but different reps with different companies.
Right.
But, you know, you have to, it's a learning experience with what you pick up, what lines you take and what lines you discard quickly. But all in all, we've learned from our mistakes.
Yeah. Well, okay, so that's really fun. So you started it because essentially a personal experience that you and your sister had, and you're just like, wow, there's like a whole market here that nobody is serving,
right?
And so let's do it. So that's awesome.
Yeah,
I mean that means you have passion, you know, behind it.
We do have passion. We do have passion. The way people are treated, because of what they look like on the outside and physically, is important to us. We don't treat anybody any different at all. There is a dress for every bride, no matter what your shape, no matter what your size. And you feel it when you put a dress on. You feel that connection. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never partaken in that particular experience, but
Yeah.
I'm sure it's great.
Yeah, it is. It is great. It's a great feeling. It is a great feeling. And on our end, when you witness that bride put on that gown and they have that moment, it's an amazing feeling for us too, because we share in that moment. We feel that moment with them, and it's amazing. It's an amazing feeling.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah. It's like every time we get to be part of someone's wedding day and just kind of experience the emotions and just be there with the family, with everyone, and just kind of go through that with them. It's always fun. It's just this fun little roller coaster that we get to ride with them. We're like in the sidecar, like, hey, this is great. Like, we'll film you.
Yeah.
But it's super fun.
Yeah. It's an amazing.
Yeah. Well, why don't you tell people a little bit about the different services, products that you guys offer? Just kind of a brief overview so people have an idea. Obviously, there's different bridal shops that offer different things. So tell us a little bit about what you guys have.
Okay. So when we started originally, 10 years ago, we went full gamut. We wanted to do moms, brides, bridesmaids, flower girls, veils, accessories. And then COVID happened. And we made it through COVID. And now with inflation and everything, we have decided to kind of scale back. We're focusing on just the bride and her accessories. So we offer all bridal gowns. We're going just straight bridal, no color in the store.
Okay.
Yeah. And all bridal accessories, the veils, headpieces. And we just felt like we needed to focus mainly on the bride. And during our appointments, we include the entire party. It's important that the party feel involved, and they're involved in the appointment, but the focus is still mainly on the bride. We don't charge for our appointments.
Okay. That's a great question. I'm sure people have
Yes, absolutely. We don't charge for our appointments, but we do offer an exclusive bridal experience, and that is you would have to call and make that special appointment. It can vary from $100 to $200. You get a private appointment. There's nobody else in the store.
Ah,
You can get champagne service, charcuterie service, and you get a special bridal gift. So, and that's about a 3-hour long appointment.
okay.
That's
Okay.
that's
So just to clarify that, there's two options. There's the like anyone can you walk in, call ahead for the free appointment, but there's other people there. And then you
Yes.
have the like kind of the VIP, I don't know what you call it, the VIP kind of appointment.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
it's a VIP, the bridal experience appointment where there's
Gotcha.
nobody else in the store. It's just you and your bridal party, up to 10 guests, and it's for 3 hours. And you get all the amenities.
I love sea anemones.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
So that's really cool. It's awesome for brides to know who are kind of planning, looking for a dress. Like, okay, there's two options. You have the like, the bridal experience, or, so if they don't do the bridal experience, what does that look like? Kind of like how many people, in a store or in a room, or how many fitting rooms? Like, how does that kind of work?
their bridal appointments are usually about an hour and a half long. We have up to six people with each party, including the bride. And we do a champagne service, champagne and sparkling cider for non-alcoholics.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's
Complimentary.
the regular free appointment.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
And you said there'll usually be like one or two or three other parties in the store.
Yes.
Kind of
Yes.
at that point.
We can book 4 appointments at a time.
Okay. Oh, hey, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I haven't been to the new spot. So
We love our new little spot. It's really special.
that's great.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay. So we got some of the basic info. I'm sure brides who are looking for dresses, it seems like brides know what they want, right? Like they have, or at least they have some ideas like, okay, I want this type of dress or this type of fit or whatever it may be, this designer. So what sorts of things do you guys carry? What do you cater to?
So we try to have a wide variety. We have, like, for our price range, we start at 1,300 and go all the way up to 4,000. That's our category. But for style wise, we have the basic, just simple, and then we have on the outrageous, we have big jeweled ball gowns. So we have the simple, and then we have the most extravagant you could have.
Okay.
So if they come in and they have, like, let's say Pinterest board, of this is kind of what I'm going for, but I really don't know. So, and if it's their first time looking, it's their first try on, we try to pick something from each different style board.
Okay.
That way they can get the feel of, oh, well, let me try that ball gown. Let me try a fitted. Let me try a fit and flare. Let me try an A-line. So they can eliminate, well, I don't like that ball gown because it's going to be too heavy in July in Bakersfield.
Right.
Let's get rid of that real fast. So it's a process of elimination. I don't like that. I like this. Let's go for, let's try on more like this. Let's definitely get rid of that ball gown. So that's just how we eliminate and we add.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's really helpful. And then I know you said that you started the store kind of catering to, like, certain body sizes. You cater to all sizes, specific sizes, in terms of fit.
Yes, we do. And we are getting in more of the curvy sizes because they sell off the rack fast. So we have to replenish that stock constantly. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there a specific style that you would say kind of defines your store as opposed to maybe other stores?
a style of gown or our way of?
I think we can take the question both ways, right? Like if you're out and about and you're like, ooh, I bet you that dress came from Enchanted. And then
Mhm.
also just like, for you guys and the way you do things.
So, and the way we do things is we listen to the bride and get the bride involved in choosing the gowns that she wants to try on. That's been our motto. We tend to go for like pulling the gowns initially with her ideas, not with what we think
Okay.
she'll like. So we get her involved from the very start. From the time, we book the appointment to, oh, well, what's your budget? Let's just stay in line with your budget. And the style that you think you might like. But we also, once we're into the fittings and when she's saying, oh, well, I like this, but I don't like this, then we kind of get in tune with what she is liking in the gowns. And we could pull some more in and kind of, okay, I think you're going to like this. I think you should try it. And then as far as style of our dresses, I definitely think that you could pick out like a Cala Blanche and say, that's Enchanted, or a Maggie and say, yeah, I know that came from Enchanted, just by their whimsical or their couture design. You can definitely pick out which ones are from Enchanted.
That's great.
Most definitely.
So one of the questions we like to ask is kind of tell us what sets you apart, right? Because we all know, we're not the only shop on the block, so to speak, in our respective industries, and couples will shop around and we're like, hey, that's fine. But it's always nice to know, okay, what sets you guys apart? So that as couples are looking, they're like, okay, I like what sets them apart. And I definitely want to check out what they have to offer. So what would you guys say sets you apart?
I think what sets us apart is we're family. We have that sense of openness and honesty, and the generosity that we have. We're not, we don't work on commission. I know this may sound corny, but we work out of love for our business and for our brides. My sister and I are the only two left in our family. Our parents have passed, our brother has passed, my in-laws have passed. So her two daughters, Samantha and Brittany, also work here. Samantha's our manager. And we're very close with each other. So the love that we have for each other is passed throughout this business. So when we're helping brides, they see our connection and they can feel the energy that we have with each other. And it's emulated through to them. So they can feel the passion that we have for this business. And
that's great.
Almost guarantee that they're going to get that same passion and that same service when they purchase with us.
Yeah, that's a great differentiator. Like I said, I have never gone dress trying on, so I can't speak to the experience and what it's like at various other places. But I know there's national chains, there's local shops, and they all have a different process, a different feel and approach. Things that are different about each one of them, and so there's always I don't even want to say pros and cons necessarily, but there's differences between different stores. So that's nice to know that you guys really kind of focus on that family feel and stuff. And even like you said, that it's not sales commission. So it's like brides can feel comfortable knowing like you're not trying to sell me the most expensive dress on the rack so you can get a better commission.
Right, right. I mean, it's just important for us that they find the dress that's going to make them feel the most beautiful in and most comfortable and confident in. That's what's important to us. Not the one that's going to make them the most money. It's what they're going to feel the most comfortable and confident in on their day.
That's great.
It's not about us, it's about them. Got to remember that.
You know, that is so true. And that is something we have found true in our business too, is our customers are happiest when we focus on them. And to flip that, we're happiest when we focus on our customers. And,
Right.
you know, I mean, just to go on a tangent for a second, it's like, of course the phone rings as I start talking. But no, and now it rings on my computer. No, thank you. Good old Apple, right?
Of course.
So learning to focus on our customers, right? Because you go through these phases in business, right? Because there's always a level of creativity and art, you know, to stuff like this, you know, for both of us. And you go through these phases where you're like, okay, well, I want to make the most creative films I can, and it becomes all about like your artistry, right? And so you're like trying to be like so, which is great, like, and it's good, and couples like, you know, the creativity. They don't want like a video factory, but you realize like, oh, you can like shift your focus, and now you're like, your focus is way over here in left field on something that doesn't matter, and then you come back one day and you realize, wait a second, like, no, like for us, it's like, it's the people that matter, right? Like, we can get the prettiest shots of details in the world, but at the end of the day, when they pull up this film in 25 years to watch it, they're like, I want to see grandma who's been gone for 20 years. I want to see, it's the people, right? It's the things that matter. So you learn what matters to people.
Right. Right.
And then when we give couples the film they want, it's so much better than us trying to give them the film that we want to give them. And so just like this, the same way it sounds like you have this kind of process where you go through finding out what they want. It's like, that's the same process we use to create our films, where it's like, you know, we have all these questionnaires and it's like, tell us what you want. What's important to you? What moments are important to you? What things are important to you? Like, who's important to you? That way we're able to deliver the film they want, not the film we want to give them, because that doesn't matter. It's like, it's what do they want? And then our customers are happy and they write us good reviews and they refer their friends, and then we get more business. And so it's like everybody wins when you take care of your customers. So it's cool to hear that you guys are doing that same kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, that's actually a good moment for a quick break from this episode's sponsor. And this episode is brought to you by Evermoore Films. We're a wedding video company, and we just talked about ourselves, so I don't have to say anything else. So if you need a wedding video, call us. Back to Angela. So shortest commercial ever. We actually do have some sponsors who are jumping on the show. So in future episodes, we'll have some sponsors on. Let's talk for a second about what advice you might have for brides who are planning their wedding, but specifically in your case, looking for a wedding dress. What advice would you have for, something like whatever stage they may be in, whether they're going looking before they got engaged because they just want to start looking, or if they're like, I'm engaged now, I got to figure it out. Whatever the stage they may be in, what advice do you have for brides who are looking for a wedding dress?
So when you are planning to make an appointment to come in to look for a dress, I would have an idea in mind of what you're looking for. Don't be set on that idea, because 8 times out of 10, you leave with something completely different, most likely. Have pictures, go through Pinterest, Instagram, just have an idea. And when you set that appointment, in theory, it's really nice to have 6 or 8 or all of your bridesmaids with you at that appointment, so you have your cheering section.
In theory, that's lovely. That's amazing. But if all of those people that come with you have your best interests in mind and they're all on your side, that's great. But if they don't, if they're there for themselves and they're kind of catty and they're not going to be on your side and they're going to be working against you during that appointment. So my advice would be keep your party small and intimate. Bring those that are close to you, maybe 2, 3 at the most. Your mom, your mother-in-law to be, maybe 2 grandmothers. You want to bring those that have your best interests in mind, that love you unconditionally, of course, that will support whatever dress you decide that you want to wear on your day. Not a dress that they want you to wear or that they want you to wear because they're paying for it. It shouldn't matter. It should be the dress that you've dreamed of, you want to wear on your day, that you're going to look back in pictures 50 years from now. Just do it for yourself. Don't pick a dress according to what anybody else wants you to wear. It's your day, your dress, your way. Just remember that. That's my advice.
I mean, that's good. If you don't like the dress, I mean, that's not going to be a good wedding day.
No, it's not. You're going to be very unhappy, very uncomfortable, and that's the memory you're going to carry with you forever.
Yeah.
And you're going to wind up trash on the dress. You're going to wind up trashing it.
Oh, yeah. Man. Wow. Okay. Okay. So here's the thing. I see on the shelf behind you a dress in a box.
Yes.
Right.
That's Samantha's dress from her. She should have trashed it, but anyways. So that is from Wedding Gown Preservation, which we do preserve wedding gowns after the ceremony. And that is a service that we offer. We also offer floral preservation, which I do. Let's see here.
Good time to show off the extras, right? Oh, look at that.
Okay.
Wow. Okay, so it's like
preservations.
It's like
What's that?
It's like in resin or something.
Yeah, it's epoxy.
Nice.
So we will send out your wedding gown and accessories to get preserved through Wedding Gown Preservation Company. Yeah, we do that.
Very nice.
Yeah, that is her wedding gown.
There you go.
I'm sure she'd like to burn it, but it's okay. It is a beautiful gown.
Oh man. Okay, so then the next big question, which we touched on a little bit, but when it comes to budgeting for a wedding gown, right? Mm-hmm. It's like the advice you can read on the internet can just be all over the place. And sometimes even what you get like in, these little planning binders and all kinds of stuff, like getting real helpful information can be hard. Right. Especially modern, up-to-date information. So what advice would you have for brides who are looking for a gown this year in Kern County?
So you pay for what you get, okay? Because we get brides that come in with a $500 budget, okay? I understand. And when they come in with a $500 budget, we have a discontinued room that starts at $500 and goes up.
Okay.
So it's between $500 and $1,000 for the gowns that they're no longer making. But for a low budget bride, and we work with you. We do payment plans and such. But if you're looking for an inexpensive gown, that gown is going to be made of inexpensive materials. Going to be I don't want to say cheap, but unprofessionally made. Like you can go to David's Bridal and get a $399 dress, and the quality is not going to be comparable to a $1,300 Maggie Sotero dress. Apples and oranges.
Makes sense.
Completely different. Completely different. So, well, I'm only wearing it once. Okay. Do you want it to fall apart walking down the aisle? Or do you want it to stay together walking down the aisle? So it's just, it's a quality issue.
Right.
$500 versus $1,300 to get you a quality gown. It's materials. It's materials. So,
materials and workmanship, it sounds like.
it is. It's quality. That's what it is. It's quality. And our Rebecca Ingram line starts at about $1,100 to $1,300. It's very good quality. I mean, it's up there. And you can get a very lovely dress for $1,100 at our delivery.
Right. Oh.
Somebody's wedding dress just came in.
See, hey, there you go. It's an exciting day for somebody. Yeah. Well, I mean, there's always so much that goes on in a business, right? You know, there's all the things that we have to do. We've got to, take the deliveries but then the box comes in, which is like, okay, thanks. And then it's time to call somebody and say, hey, your dress is here. And they come in and they have their, final fitting or whatever it is. Like, I'm totally making this stuff up. And it's just like, hey,
what I'll
this
do
is
in
exciting.
a little bit is call her and tell her it's here.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So that's a good day for somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She'll be very happy.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's some helpful budgeting advice. And then, okay. So we've got the kind of the budget bride covered, right? And and we know that there's a lot of brides who are on a budget, and that's just the reality of life.
Yes.
Especially in Kern County.
Mhm.
And then there's also the brides who are looking for something, on the higher end. What advice would you have, for budgeting and things like that for those brides who are like, I don't want the $1,100 dress. I want the $5,000 dress or whatever it may be. And
we have them covered too. We do. We have Sotero initially by Maggie Sotero, which is going to be your more lavish materials, your better beading, your better lace, and they're just over the top. Not over the top so much that you're going to outshine everybody like a disco ball,
Right.
but they're beautiful gowns. We sit down every season and we pick our gowns with our rep specifically for our brides, and having their wants in mind. And I think we do a very good job each season picking the gowns out.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay. Well, I mean, we've covered. Go ahead.
Those that do, want a gown that's, a little bit over their budget, we do work with them on price. We do take payments, have a payment plan, and work with their budget. So there are options.
Okay. Yeah, that's really helpful. I know, like, we do monthly installment plans for video, so
Right.
it's like, sometimes a couple's just like, oh man, our budget was only $2,000, but we really like your $3,000 package. It's like, it's fine.
Right.
We got monthly installments, like, and they're like, oh really? I can get this for $300 a month? Yeah. So it just changes things for people.
It does. It really does. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Let's see. Okay, so probably a fun question that maybe brides would want to know the answer to is something along the lines of trends and like what's coming and fashion, because obviously this is something that you guys will stay on top of and whatever. So what do you guys see kind of in that forecast for 2024, maybe 2025?
We are seeing a lot of floral gowns and black
Black wedding
black
gowns.
dresses. Yeah,
Really?
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's popular. A lot of 3D floral color lace is pretty popular. Yeah. So we're excited to get those new styles in.
Oh, that's fun. There's always new things happening in every industry. So
Oh yeah. But it's all over the place. But then those brides will kind of gravitate to something plain and I just want simple. I just want simple and plain. Nothing on it. And that's fine.
yeah.
That's fine by me. Hey, your day, your way. Whatever you want.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Angela, for being on the show.
For having me.
I'd love to know, I'm sure our couples who are listening would love to know, how do they get in contact with you?
They can reach us by our phone is 661-847-9700. Our website is enchantedbridalboutique.com. You can message us there or go on to the website and make an appointment that way. And our email is enchantedbridalboutique@outlook.com.
Perfect. And can brides follow you on social media and connect with you that way as well?
Yeah, we are on Instagram at Enchanted Bridal. We're also on Facebook at Enchanted Bridal Boutique CA. I think I've reached them all. Yeah,
There you go.
yeah,
There you go.
absolutely.
Angela, who else? Final question: who else would you like to have us? Who else would you like to see on the show for us to have on as a guest? If I can even ask my own questions.
Um, you know, how about Daniela with Limcato?
We actually just had her on.
Did you?
We did.
Okay.
I'm like, did we publish that episode? Yes, we published that episode.
Okay.
Yeah. So we did.
Have you done Gwen Corona?
We have not had Gwen on. She's a lot of fun.
She's a lot of fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's a lot of fun. I would do Gwen. And you had Allie Mae. I saw that.
Yep.
Who else? Right. Should he have on? Diana and Amanda. Oh, have you had Diana and Amanda on with House Flowers?
We've not had them on yet.
That would be a good one. It
Yep.
would be so much fun.
Oh yeah. No, they're a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love them.
We,
They're the best.
Yeah, we've got over 1,000 vendors on the directory, and our goal is to have them all on. But it's always like trying to get people scheduled and everything. So yeah, it's fun. But and then we say like, who else? And we're like, oh yeah, that's right. Like we forgot to ask them, or or they haven't asked us. So
Yeah.
awesome. Well, thank you for the suggestions, Angela. Thanks for being on the show. And
Thank you.
I enjoyed having you on. I know that we had a lot of fun chatting. At least I did.
Absolutely. Come in and see us.
Right. Yeah, I'll have to come check it out. All right. Well, you have a great rest of your day, and
I
we
will.
will
You
see you
too.
around.
Okay. Thanks,
All right.
Josh. Take
Thanks,
care.
Angela. Bye.
Okay. Bye.
Well, thank you for watching this episode of the Evermoore Wedding Vendor Show, where we chat with local wedding vendors. And we appreciate you watching the show. If you like this episode, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Check us out on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. We are all over the place. And we'd love for you to check out this episode as well as other episodes that we have with other local wedding vendors. So until the next show, we will see you around.